Hi everybody, it's Mr. Talbot here again, and today we're going to look at some solving quadratic inequalities like the one here. As always, make sure to like if you like the content and subscribe for more videos. So this question, we've got this quadratic here, x squared plus 5x plus 4 is greater than or equal to 0, and we want to know what x can and can't be. So the first thing we want to do here is we want to think about what the graph is going to look like. So to do that, what we need to do is we need to solve this quadratic, and you can do that in a couple of ways. You can do that by factorising it if that's possible, or using the quadratic formula. For this one, I know I can factorise it, so it's going to be x plus 4, x plus 1, and we're looking for where this is greater than or equal to 0. The solutions, if this was equal to 0, this would give us, in terms of graphing it, you graph it as if it's y is equal to this. So the solutions would give us that x is equal to negative 4 or x is equal to negative 1. So we've got here the solutions, we've also got the y-intercept. What you need to do with these questions, you need to do a sketch. So if I do a quick sketch, and it doesn't have to be perfect, it's only a sketch, then our y-intercept is going to be 4. And it's going to cut through my x-axis at negative 4 and negative 1. So I'll put negative 4 here, negative 1 here. It's going to be a curve which is going to come down through negative 4, back up through negative 1, and then it's going to go through my y-axis at 4. Okay, so it's going to look something like that. So there's my quadratic curve. Now I want to know when this quadratic is greater than or equal to 0, and that is going to be when the line is above your x-axis. Now this curve is going to be above the x-axis when x is less than negative 4, because then we're looking at this bit, or when x is greater than negative 1, because then we're looking at this bit here where it's above the x-axis. So to solve this, we just want to write this down mathematically. X, and because it's greater than or equal to 0, we have less than or equal to negative 4, and we've got the case where x is greater than or equal to negative 1. Just move that so you can see it. Okay, so there are two answers. With this, make sure you do your sketch. You're either looking for the parts that are above the line, or you're looking for this bit that's below the line in the middle. Let's do one more. So this time I'm going to make up one now which won't factorise, that I'm aware of anyway, or won't intentionally make it so it can factorise. So let's go something like 2x squared plus 3x subtract 10 less than or equal to 0. Okay, so it won't factorise. I need to just make sure it's got solutions, and if it's less than or equal to 0, we're going to need it to have two solutions. So we'll use the quadratic formula. So minus b, so minus 3, plus or minus the square root of b squared, 3 squared, subtract 4 times by a, which is 2, times by c, which is negative 10, all divided by 2a, so 2 times 2. And we get this. So solutions are x is equal to, what have we got, 1.6. I'm going to write this as a surd. So negative 3 plus square root of 89 over 4. And that is about 1.6. And then we've also got the change our plus to a negative or subtract in there, and we get negative 3 plus root 89 over 4, which is about negative 3.1. So this was 1.6 to one decimal place, and this was negative 3.1. Now if we do our sketch, we've got 1.6, negative 3.1, our y-intercept is going to be negative 10. So negative 10, let's say that's down here. We've got approximately 1.6 over here and about negative 3.1 over here. So my curve, if it's going to go through those, is going to go like this. Come down there, have the minimum around there, and come back up here. Now, this doesn't need to be perfect, just needs to be a sketch. I'll just mark on those 2 points, so negative 3 plus root 89 over 4, and then negative 3 plus root 89 over 4. That's what that's supposed to say, but you can't see it because it's so small. I'll give it one more try. So I'll do it up here actually. Negative 3 plus root 89 over 4. Okay, now we want the part where this is less than or equal to 0. So we want the part where the graph is below your x-axis. So we want between these 2 points. Okay, so in terms of writing that, we're going to write x is, and because it's less than or equal to, we can have when it's 0. So less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. We're just going to put this at one end and this at the other end. So minus 3 plus root 89 over 4, and then on this side negative 3 plus root 89 over 4. Okay, make sure you write these down, because if I write down 1.6 negative 3.1, they've been rounded, so they're not going to be as accurate as possible, and we could lose marks for rounding. Okay, this is a more complex example, but it works exactly the same way. You just get your solutions. If you want below, well, less than or equal to 0, then you want the section that's below your x-axis. If you want greater than or equal to 0, then you want the two separate sections that are above your x-axis. Okay. Any questions, make sure to put them in the comments, and like I said at the start, if you like it or like the video, make sure to like it, because the feedback's really important. Okay, thank you. Bye everybody.